Hi, I'm Noreen O'Connor, CND Education Ambassador, and in this video I'd like to show you my technique for reverse stamping and to do an ombre background. I'm using the Yours Love Sasha Corset in Heels stamping plate. I'm giving it a quick clean with some Scrub Fresh and allowing it to dry. And next I'm going to paint in a generous amount of CND Vinyl Lux in Creekside. I'm putting extra on the plate as I want this to pick up as much design as possible, as I'd like to use it on more than one finger. Going to swipe with my scraper card down firmly, and I'm going to roll the halo stamper over gently to pick up the design. You can see I'm using hardly any pressure at all, and that's what picks up the design beautifully. Going to set this to one side and allow to dry. Starting with a shellac manicure that already has 2 coats of Creekside applied, I'm now taking the halo stamper with the dried polish and transferring the stamp onto the nail. You can see now that the polish is dry, it does not transfer to the skin. There may be some dry pieces of polish that stick slightly to the cuticle, but these are very easy to clean up later. You may be wondering why I've stamped with the exact same colour as the base colour, as obviously it doesn't show up at all. The reason I've done this is where the dry polish is now on the nail, no powders will stick to. The powders that we will use later on will only stick to the sticky top film in between that design. Using a dry Licente G1 brush, I'm just going to knock off any of these excess pieces of polish that seem to be sitting on top of the cuticle. If we don't, our powders won't adhere correctly and we may have some bald spots. Using the same Licente G1 brush, I'm now picking up a tiny little bit of the Licente Neon powder in Snakebite. You can see I've hardly anything on the brush, and I'm just going to start to burnish this in from the cuticle area downwards. Pick up a little bit more if you need, but less is more. You don't want to flood the cuticle with powder, as this will make for a messy cleanup later on. Next I'm coming in with the Licente Neon powder Hip Hop, and I'm going to pick up another little bit, and this time I'm going to work from the tip upwards. Where the Hip Hop meets the Snakebite should turn into a beautiful purple, and that's how we're going to get our ombre background. I'm taking a dry lint wipe and I'm just taking off any of that excess powder. Not using any alcohol, the pad is completely dry. And I'm going to pick up a little bit more Snakebite and make sure our blend from Hip Hop to Snakebite is smooth. Clean off your brush again, and with the dry brush just knock any excess powder off the nail. Once that's done, I'm going to seal the nail with CND Shellac Original Top Coat, and using the 5-point polish method I'm going to paint on a nice thin even application. You can see I've got a little bit more product on my brush than usual. When you're working with powders over the nail, you want to make sure that you're floating it over the nail. If you drag it, you may lift the powder back off the base colour, so a nice floating motion will help to prevent this. Once your top coat is on, cure on your number 3 setting in your LED lamp. And there you have it, guys. That's how I do my reverse stamping with an ombre background. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Tuesday.